Hi, I'm Rahul, and I'll give you a quick walkthrough of how to use workflows. Workflows are an easy way to create a template for a repeatable task on Julius. So here on the screen, I have a bunch of workflows that are created by either the Julius team or other Julius users like you. In this case, I'll quickly show you how to select and run a workflow first, and then I'll show you how you can make your own workflow. First, I'm going to click this descriptive statistics workflow. And see, this workflow helps me do descriptive statistics on complex data set. I'm going to go ahead and either I can clone this workflow, so if I want to run this workflow and edit it on my own, but in this case I want to run it, so in this case I want to run the workflow, so I'm going to go and run this workflow. And what this does is first asks me if I want to upload a file or use the default file. If I click this will use the default file that's with the workflow, just to show you how it works. But if you want to run this workflow on your own file, you can just do load file. I'm going to go ahead with this default file. Awesome, so it's loaded this default file. The first step of the workflow was upload file. Then it's going to go through all these steps one by one and execute the tasks as it's doing them. So here the first step was to identify independent and dependent variables. This is something that takes a lot of time when doing descriptive statistics. With AI and with Julius, I can simply run this workflow and quickly do it. Next thing is going to calculate the descriptive statistics. So in this case, it's going ahead and creating histograms and writing code to be able to do that. And the good thing about workflows is you can basically define a set of prompts that you want to generate for a step in the workflow. So it created descriptive statistics, it created these histograms for us, and the steps that are completed are marked in green. And it went and completed this workflow. Now the great thing is I can either rerun this step or a step that I would like, or I can just go ahead and ask my next question, which is I want to, let's say, ask it, show me something interesting about this data, and I can just go and type that in. Now, this is how you can run a workflow. I'll show you next how to create your own workflow. This is me showing you how to create your own workflows. First thing you do to create your own workflow is you can either go to My Workflows on the side, go ahead and create a new workflow from scratch, or what you can do is you can go to Explore Workflows, find a workflow you like, and simply clone it. What cloning does is it clones that workflow in your workspace, and then you can go and edit certain steps in it or add new steps to it. So here I cloned the quick visualization workflow, and I can see the first step in this workflow is provide your data file. So the first step basically describes what data file to provide. And in the first step, what we want is we want the user to upload a file for us, because we need to visualize the file. So first step is we will ask the user to upload a file. And the next step is for the AI. So the first step was for the user, and the user input type was a file. Alternatively, you can also ask the user for text. So if you want the user input to be text, you can basically say, hey, here, answer this question for me, or provide me with this information. And the AI will ask the user to input certain text. But in this case, for the visualization, we will make the first step file. Next step we want to do, let's say, is we want to ask the user what kind of visualization do they want. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask, what kind of visualization do you want? And I want to make that a step for the user, and the input type is text. I want the user to input text and give me that information. And the third instruction is, I'm going to edit this instruction. I'm going to say, okay, load the data set and then perform or create the visualization that the user told you to do. So what this is going to do is it's going to create this simple workflow that either you or your friends or anyone on Julius will then be able to run and quickly perform. So you can add additional steps. Let's say we want to know descriptive statistics, or we want to create more advanced visualization or something else. You can add as many steps to this as you would like, and the steps could be either for the AI or for the user. Next step, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click run with default, and I want to first test out this workflow. I want to test how this works. So I'm going to run this workflow. As you can see, the first step was instruction for the user, input type file. This told me to upload a file. Great. Now to do this analysis, I will upload my file, and I'm going to put US agricultural exports data. So here's the data, it's uploading it. Next thing it's going to do is going to ask me what kind of visualization do we want. So this is the second step, and this is what kind of visualization do you want, and I'm going to say agricultural or beef exports by state for top 5 states. So that's the kind of visualization I'm looking for. So now that I've provided the AI with these two informations, now it's going to go and execute the steps. So first it's going to load the data, then apply certain visualization to it, and give me the visualization. There we go. So it gave us beef top 5 states by beef exports in 2011. That's super helpful. And as you can see, I was able to clone an existing workflow, make changes to it, to my needs, and then run that workflow. Now, I'm happy with this workflow. What I'm going to do is I want to share this with my friends or with other Julius users. I can go here and publish this workflow. And to publish, I need to create a public profile. So I'm going to say Rahul Sunwalker is my name, and my public profile is I like to automate my tasks with Julius, and that's my public profile. And then that's how I can share my workflow. I hope this helps. Thank you.